Normally, if a person was sane, they would realize a boss's resistance sheet is meant to help you. But what if you are a Dark Souls player who makes unnecessary challenge runs that makes normal people question your sanity? Today, I'm trying to beat Dark Souls 3 using only the worst damage types. And in addition, I can't hit any weak spots, so no hitting Wolnir's bracelets and no riposting enemies or backstabs. This is part 2 of one of the hardest challenge runs I've ever done, so if you're interested in seeing my suffering up to this point, you can check that out first. Although, you don't need to watch it to understand the suffering going forwards. With that, we are jumping right into the Dancer fight. The Dancer is luckily pretty simple. By looking at her resistance sheet, she is immune to frost, weak to dark, and resistant to bleed. My weapon of choice was the Irithil Straight Sword. It does frost, which she is immune to, and slash, which is her highest physical resistance stat. In the true spirit of the run, I also left my weapon completely unupgraded, resulting in 70 damage a hit, which is honestly terrible, but the Dancer of the Boreal Valley is honestly still kind of easy. Okay, just because she's easy doesn't mean I'm good at the game. After that happened, I wanted to take a break and test my luck against Wolnir. As you may know, Wolnir stumped me last time, because we can't break his bracelets. We had to resort to unconventional methods of fighting, but I found a solution. The Storyteller's Staff. It applies poison, and considering Wolnir is resistant to poison, it's the perfect thing to use. At least, that's what I originally thought. But after a painful amount of time, I realized something. Wolnir isn't resistant to poison. He is actually immune. Gee, thanks, Fextra Life. And our other option isn't exactly the greatest either. After pondering why Fextra Life is so inaccurate sometimes, I head back to the Dancer. Same weapon and strategy, but the only difference is this time, I was ready for whatever shenanigans the game throws at me. Yeah, man. Oh. Maybe? Okay. Heal?
I can punish that. I can punish that. I can punish that.
Yes! With Wolnir being immune to poison, I needed a different method of killing him. Luckily, I had something for that. Toxic Mist. It does toxic damage, which Wolnir is also resistant towards. However, there being one huge problem. I've never used the spell before, and had no idea where to find it. Where the hell? Oh, hello. I swear, I have no idea where I'm going right now. I have a vague, ever so vague memory on how to... Aha! Illusionary Wall. That's where the Dark Knight is. But I have a feeling that this is not the correct area. Have good... Oh, okay. Okay, I need to really consult a guide on this. This is the room with fire orbs. Oh, yep. This is where the illusionary wall is. Would these fire orbs chill for 10 seconds? Oh, you can hit... Wait, you can hit those? I'm pretty sure... Yeah! Although... And... Pray that I remember where this is. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! That's the wrong thing! And... Bingo! No? What? Wrong lava lake, apparently. Okay. Yes! We did it! After finally finding the spell, I confront Wolnir once again. The Toxic Mist spell casts relatively fast and does good damage. Or it should. By all accounts, it should. But Wolnir has other plans. Apparently, he is also immune to Toxic. And if we check with Fextra Life, we see we have been lied to, yet again, making this Wolnir fight impossible. Or is it? Technically, you can kill him with poison and toxic, but only if he is asleep. So you only get one attempt per run to kill him via that manner, which gives some unique insight about Wolnir. The resistances are completely different when he is sleeping compared to when he is awake, making what Fextralife wrote not entirely untrue, but still incorrect. So, the best method would be to restart the run from the beginning and kill Wolnir right the first time. Except, I'm not going to do that. I have a different plan. What constitutes beating the game of Dark Souls 3 in the first place? Is it killing the Soul of Cinder, or is it going to the end of time and killing Gale? So yeah, my plan is to do the DLC early, kill Fried, and progress my way through the area until I get to Gale, kill him, and win that way. But to kill Fried, we need a weapon good enough. Introducing the Moonlight Greatsword. Since Fried is resistant to magic, this weapon is perfect for what we need to do. But first, we have to kill Osiris and steal his soul so we can make the sword in the first place. Osiris is resistant to bleed, and Slash is his highest physical damage absorption, so I use an unupgraded dagger to try and kill him. And 23 damage a hit with him having 8,000 HP. Quick maths, we gonna be here a while. Or at least, that's what I thought. Despite my dagger being unupgraded, we still get a bleed proc every so often. Even if Osiris is resistant to bleed, he isn't immune to it, meaning that killing him is only a matter of time. And after a long and hard-fought battle, I finally won and got to claim my reward. His soul, and I go to make the Moonlight Greatsword, or at least that was my plan. We cannot transpose items because we can't kill the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, considering that this is his resistance sheet. The hell you mean NA? He isn't resistant to a single thing? So that plan is shot. Guess we'll have to use Plan B. Plan B being blast Sister Fried with sorcery. The only problem being sorcery damage sucks against Sister Fried, and this manner of suffering is worse than the time... No, I'm not doing a cutaway joke. We value brain cell activity here, which is a bit of an overstatement, but whatever. In order to acquire more souls, I decide my next boss will be Champion Gundyr. Looking at his resistance sheet, we see that he is resistant to Toxic. Finally! I will be able to put the Toxic Mist spell I worked so hard to get to good use. After 2 casts, it applied, and it deals a lot of damage per tick. Wait a minute, isn't this supposed to be a worse damage run? This feels too good to actually be a resistant damage type. After some deliberation, I decide to let Gundyr kill me. It felt wrong trying to kill him with Toxic Mist, just because Fextralife got their stats wrong again. So yeah, sorry Toxic Mist, back into the Shadow Realm you go. Gundyr is also resistant to slash damage, so I used this funny little dagger, and yep, that's the shit damage I was looking for. Glad to have you back. Champion Gundyr is one of my favorite bosses personally. Despite being in a side area, I go out of my way a lot to fight him. I'm good at dodging most of his attacks, except the kick. Why is that so difficult to dodge? But I end up dying. The solution? Gather materials so I have more healing and slightly better damage. And after getting all the Estus shards and upgrading my dagger to +3, I feel like I've gotten strong enough to re-challenge Gundyr. I confront Gundyr again. The damage has improved significantly, but you know what else has improved? My segues. As you may have known, I'm a small channel, so if you've enjoyed, if you like, subscribe, or leave a comment, it helps me out a lot. What you do matters, and back to your regularly scheduled suffering. It comes down to the wire, with no flasks left and Gundyr clinging to dear life. We clash blades once more, and I stand victorious. Back to Sister Fried. Why am I here again? Oh right, I can't kill Wolnir, one of the easiest bosses in the game. So I'm here, fighting Sister Fried, because she is more possible than Wolnir. What has this run come to? The damage is shit, and the fight is hard. but I eventually make it into second phase. Normally, you would fight Father Ariandel, the gigantic bulky boy who takes extra damage to win the fight faster. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell, that extra damage is actually a problem. Father Ariandel has a separate resistance sheet from Sister Fried. While Fried is resistant to only magic, Ariandel is resistant to nothing. Great. Just great. Yes, I'm having fun, why do you ask? Okay, screw this, let's go kill deacons. Now, the deacons, previously we didn't have enough damage to take them out, but this time we are decked out in FP and damage boosting gear. I mean, we aren't doing great damage, mind you, but the damage is good enough, you know? It's not even worth showing the rest of the fight, but if you are interested, I streamed the run live, so it should be under the live section of YouTube. Okay, shameless plug over, Deacons are dead, and back to Fried. I test my damage again after doing more upgrades, and finally. Could it be a semi-workable damage that I can get around? With some practice on Fried, first phase isn't too difficult, even if it does eat at my stock of FP flasks. And then, second phase. You have to constantly keep an eye on both Fried and Ariandel. If you lose sight of even one of them, you run the risk of Ariandel smacking you with his pot, doing a lot of damage, probably killing you, or Sister Fried disappearing to who knows where and healing the boss. If that happens, just reset the fight. It isn't worth continuing at that point, because you won't have enough FP to win the fight, and after roughly 6 minutes of painfully boring, brutal combat...
No! Do I get the slab at least? Die faster. Yeah!
Well, damn. This run is brutal. No two ways about it. But if you asked Miyazaki himself, he would probably say that this challenge run needs more poison swamps. Or something like that. But for now, that's it. Don't you dare go hollow.